Madam Tan King Eng, Deputy Director, Open Source and Open Standard Section, ICT Policy and Planning Division of Mampu, Encik Rizatuddin Lamri, General Manager of MDEC, friends from the media, and ladies and gentlemen. MSC Malaysia Open Source Conference 2009, or in short, OSCON-F, is organized by MSC Malaysia in cooperation with Malaysian Administrative Modernization and Management Planning Unit, or in short, MAMPU. For your information, this conference is also supported by Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation in MOSTI, and also by the Malaysian open source community. This conference actually complements the annual Malaysian Government Open Source Software Conference, the MicroSCON, which is also another premium platform for all things open source in Malaysia, especially focusing on the public sector. There will be two segments in our next presentation. Encik Saiful will start with his welcome remarks, and he will also enlighten us with a conference review, and the baton will be passed on to Encik Rizatuddin Lamri to do the announcement of conference speakers and sponsors for the upcoming events. Now let us start with Encik Saiful. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a big round of applause to Encik Saiful. Over to you, sir.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, especially to Tuan Rosli, Madam Tan, members of the press and community members. We are excited about announcing this OSCON-F, Open Source Conference 2009. Basically, because it is an inaugural one, the first one ever. And what's unique about this is that we have taken an approach of what we call the quadruple play. Excuse me. I think I need bivocal singing. Quadruple play means it's consisting of four crucial stakeholders: the government, businesses, developers, and the community, in envisioning open source contribution to the IT industry, as well as to the social economy. As you can see here, basically this is where the four stakeholders in the quadruple play is being represented. As you can see, what's in the green are developers, red are the business, community on the right, and overlapping all the main stakeholder here is the government, where this represented mainly for this conference by MAMPU, MSC Malaysia, and of course, as Cik Rosita mentioned earlier, it's strongly supported by MOSTI. So it is positioned as an international forum for sharing and exchanging ideas on technical advancements, applications, new approaches, new development, and business cases on open source, and also to share positive impact in meeting challenges, especially in the current economic climate. Participants, speakers will share and discuss how exactly the adaptation of open source actually helps reduce costs, provide value, which is also still very crucial in this current economic challenges. So it's organized by MSC Malaysia and MAMPU, and jointly supported by the Malaysian open source community and MOSTI. This conference invites developers, designers, system administrators, community leaders, innovators, chief technology officers, CIOs, evangelists and activists, researchers, strategists, and so forth, and also very important entrepreneurs, and contribute during all conference sessions, tutorials, and discussions. So this conference will cover 3 days and 3 parallel tracks, and 1 hackathon for those who attend this conference. In addition, we have renowned speakers from prime open source enterprises such as Mozilla, Google, Red Hat, and to name a few, and not forgetting from the developer community such as Ubuntu, BSD, Fedora, PHP, etc. The key message for this conference is, the theme here is open to change. This echoes the willingness to empower the open ecosystem, which consists of the 4 stakeholders, with new ideas, tools, and solutions to make positive changes in times of economic challenges. As I mentioned earlier, there are 3 tracks. So the track objectives for the business track, this track is to share, exchange knowledge on legal issues, business models, case studies, addressing talent issues, and qualifying potential markets and users, so that participants can be more creative and resilient in creating opportunities during these challenging times. For the developers track, to share, exchange contemporary and advanced knowledge in the open source technology, such as new tools and languages, new computing models, such as SaaS, cloud computing, new ways as well as new approaches, and application of open source technology, so that developers can grow new ideas and innovate for better future products and services. For the community track, passionate and innovative community members and leaders will put forth their ideas and concepts to other members of the open source and business community, so that the community can gain insights and contribute further refinement or add value to the speakers' presentations. So this international conference is to foster change, innovation and growth for the open source segment of the global IT industry. It will be a recurring annual event in Kuala Lumpur for the global open source community, involving international open source leaders, personalities, corporations and participating governments. Basically, to provide exposure and knowledge on the importance of open source in enhancing competitiveness by giving freedom of choice in software usage with lower total cost of ownership, hence benefiting businesses and society at large. Sharing among the open source community on new directions and latest innovations by subject matter experts, thought leaders and industry gurus. Provide a platform for conference participants to actively interact, share and exchange views on the latest trends and issues of open source. The target audience for these conferences, we are expecting a total number of attendees of about 1,000 attendees. The primary participants, which are business executives coming from MSC Malaysia status companies, as well as non-MSC status companies. It's open for the entire IT community. Developers and open source communities in Malaysia, government agencies, institutes of higher learning, universities, and of course we have secondary target audience, which are students, enthusiasts, and general public. I'd like to pass the baton now to my colleague, Director of Global Portfolio and Profile Management, Encik Rizal Ramli. Thank you.